everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Megan's View. Thank you so much for joining me again here on my channel. It means so much to me. So this week I just want to actually acknowledge the fact that I feel like I haven't done like a sit down video like this in a very long time. I don't know why. I haven't like gotten cute for a video or like wasn't moving around or doing something else. So bringing it back to the starting grounds of just sitting down and talking to you guys. And I wanted to do kind of like a quick video. Hopefully it's quick. I should say, of a pickup video. Like usually I'd like to do my pickup videos at the end of each month, but my last upload was the last Sunday of the month and I forgot about that. So I do have a pickup video for May, which is going to be this video, and I wanted to talk about more books, but it's not my comic book pickups. It's actually just like sci-fi novels that I picked up this past month that are actually by Black authors and centered around Black characters. And I believe, oh my goodness, I believe all of the books are Black female centered, with the main characters being Black females. So I wanted to really showcase those books because I've seen a lot of them talked about on TikTok. I've seen a lot talked about on different social media platforms and just recommended, and some of them I just seen from me just like walking into the bookstore and like seeing them. So I just wanted to show them off to you guys and also to recommend you guys also getting the books, because I heard very good, highly, good recommendations and acclaims of these books. And yeah, let's just cut right into it and get into it. So the first book I want to talk about is Black Girl Unlimited by Echo Brown, and love the cover already. So I'm just gonna, for each of these books, kind of go through the first intro flap that's like right there to give you guys a synopsis so I don't spoil the book and it gives you guys a taste of what's in the book basically. So I'm just gonna read through it quickly. And basically it says, Echo Brown is a wizard from the east side of Cleveland, where apartments are small and parents suffer addictions to the White Rocks. Yet there is magic everywhere. New portals begin to open when Echo transfers to a rich white school on the west side, and an insightful teacher becomes a pivotal mentor. Each day Echo travels between worlds, leaving her brothers and friends and a piece of herself on the east side. There are dangers to leaving behind the place that made you. Echo soon recognizes the pain following through everyone around her, and a black veil of depression threatens to undo everything she's worked for. So this is a heavily autobiographical and infused with magical realism. Black Girl Unlimited fearlessly explores the intersections of poverty, sexual violence, depression, racism, and sexism. So hopefully that sparks your interest, and I just saw this when I was walking around the bookstore and I gravitated towards it immediately because Black Girl Unlimited just sounded interesting, and then the cover looked really good. So that was Black Girl Unlimited, and now the next book I want to show is this one, The Gilded Ones. Just look at how beautiful this is. So this is about a 16-year-old girl named Decca who lives in fear in anticipation of the blood ceremony that will determine whether she becomes a member of her village. Already different from everyone else because of her unnatural intuition, Decca prays for red blood so she can finally feel like she belongs. But on the day of the ceremony, her blood runs gold, the color of impurity, and Decca knows she will face a consequence worse than death. Then a mysterious woman comes to her with a choice: to stay in the village and submit to her fate, or leave to fight for the emperor in an army of girls just like her. They are called the Achille, near immortal, with rare gifts. And they are the only ones who can stop the emperor's, or should I say the empire's, greatest threat. Knowing the dangers that lie ahead, yet yearning for acceptance, Decca decides to leave the only life she ever known. But as she journeys to the capital to train for her biggest battle of her life, she discovers that the great walled city holds many surprises. Nothing and no one are quite what they seem to be, not even Decca herself. In this bold, immersed fantasy, a young heroine woman finds to save a world that would dare to tame her, and discovers that she is her own fiercest weapon. Period. So I'm really excited about this pickup here, because as I started reading it already, I'm like, I took off my bookmarks. I'm like already immersed into this whole journey, so I'm really excited just to continue on. But yes, this is the second pickup. Now next up, I have this third book that I've seen everywhere on TikTok and I've seen like great praises about, is this book, which is Steeped in Gold Now let's just get into the cover. Like, look at it. Just beautiful. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and read what's inside here. I would hate to say I'm butchering this name, but I hope I'm not. Araya Adari? Yeah. Has spent her life in a cell. Heir to an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty, she was exiled from her home on the island nation of Alicia. I don't even know how to pronounce that place, but you know, you move. When she was just a child. But every day brings her closer to freedom and vengeance. Jasmine grew up dressed in gold, with stolen magic at her fingertips. Daughter of the self-crowned queen. Her existence is a threat to her mother's rule. But unlike her sister before her, Jasmine has no intention of dying to strengthen her mother's power. Sworn enemies, the two witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatens both their worlds. But revenge is a bloody pursuit, and nothing is certain except the strength of Araya and Jasmine will go to win this game. So that right there is already juicy, like just juicy. I almost said juices, but it's just juicy already. Enemies, and then on the back it says, enemies bent on revenge, unlike an unlikely alliance, one witch left standing. Now that's period. So I had to go right out and get this, and then when I read what's more like what's really about, I was just like, now this right here. And I love reading like just novels like this, like sci-fi novels. Like I love the imagery I paint in my head of what's going on. So I know I'm about to be lost in like this like wild adventure and journey of vengeance and stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff I thrive off of. For some reason, I just like it. So that's the third book, and I'm just gonna go straight into the fourth and fifth book because they're like part 1 and 2 basically. And believe this is the first one, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I'm right. But they're both by Tomi Adeyemi. And it's children. Ooh, almost fell. So it's Children of Blood and Bone. This is that one here. And the next one is Children of Virtue and Vengeance. And that is this one. Both covers look, you know, immaculate. But the first one of Children of Blood and Bone, this one says Zili Adebola remembers when she when the soil of Orishira hummed with magic. Burns ignited flames, tiders beckoned waves, and Zali's Reaper mother summoned forth souls. But everything changed once magic disappeared. Under the orders of a ruthless king, the Magi were targeted and killed, leaving Zali without a mother and her people without hope. Now Zali has one chance to bring back magic and strike against the monarchy. With the help of a rogue princess, Zali must outwit and outrun the crown prince, who is hell-bent in Orishira, where snow leopards. I feel so embarrassed by butchering all these words, but proud and vengeful spirits wait in the waters. Yet the greatest threat may be Zali herself as she struggles to control her powers and her growing feelings for an enemy. Ooh, let's just get right into the next one, which is the Children of Virtue and Vengeance. And after battling the impossible, Zale and Amari have finally succeeded in bringing magic back to the land Orishia. Ooh, should I even read? Dang. Well, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. It's a kind of a spoiler to the other book. It's for myself too, but I guess for y'all too. But this is what the second book is about. So obviously they're going to win at the end. But anyway, Zile and Amari have finally succeeded in bringing back magic to the land of Orishia. But the ritual was more powerful than they could have imagined, reigniting the powers of not only the Magi but nobles with magic ancestry too. Now Zile struggles to unite the Magi in a Orishia where the enemy is just as powerful as they are. When the royals and the military forge a dangerous alliance, Zile must fight to secure Amari's right to the throne and protect the new Magi from the monarchy's wrath. But with civil war looming, Zile finds herself at a breaking point. She must devise a way to bring the kingdom together or watch Eritrea tear itself apart. It's a trilogy! Oh, I'm missing a book! Or has it even came out yet? Ooh, let me calm down. Because, quick story behind it is I got this one first and then found out there was another one, the sequel, but now I guess the third one probably hasn't come out yet. So this is the second book in a trilogy. I'm gonna look up later on just to double check that it hasn't come out yet, because these are the only two I saw that was out, and it would have had the third one at the bookstore if it was out. So let me just calm down. We're almost done. I have 2 more books to show you guys. All right, so the next book I want to showcase now is The Wings of Ebony. And let's just, like, come on. I didn't see this one on social media at first. Like on TikTok, I actually just was at the bookstore and I saw it. And then after I bought it, I saw it on TikTok. So I was just like, I made the right choice, obviously. And I also read inside of here that it says, Ruth's family is her whole life. Her sister, Tasha, moms, and the play aunties and cousins who live in East Row, the Houston neighborhood she calls home, are her world. But it is upended when the unthinkable happens. Moms is murdered and Rue is snatched away by her father, who abandoned her at birth. A father who now insists she follow him to his home, Gaizon, a secret country for gods who wield a powerful magic. In Gaizon, Rue's existence is a crime. There has never been a half-god, half-human there, where the leaders protect their magical powers at all costs and thrive on human suffering. Miserable and desperate to see her sister on the anniversary of their mother's death, Rue breaks Gaizon's most sacred law. She returns to Houston only to discover black kids are being forced into crime and violence, and Tasha is in danger of falling sway to the very forces that claimed their mother's life. Worse still, evidence mounts that the evil plaguing East Row is the same one that lurks in Gaizon, an evil that will stop at nothing until it has stolen everything from her. Rue must embrace her true identity and wield the full magnitude of her ancestral power to save her hood before the gods burn it to the ground. But how can she pull it off when the enemy is everywhere? That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. This final book I am this final book I am going to show is a great one to top it all off. And it is called Legendborn. And I'm just going to go right into the thing here. It's a bit long. After her mother dies in an accident, 16-year-old Bree Matthews wants nothing to do with her family memories or childhood home. A residential program for bright high schoolers at UNC Chapel Hill seems like the perfect escape until Bree witnesses a magical attack her very first night on campus. A flying demon feeding on human energies. A secret society of so-called Legendborn students who hunt the creatures down. A mysterious teenage mage who calls himself a Merlin and who attempts and fails to wipe Bree's memory of everything she saw. The mage failure reveals Bree's own unique magic and buried memory with a hidden connection. The night her mother died, another Merlin was at the hospital. Now that Bree knows there's more to her mother's death than what's on the police report, she'll do whatever it takes to find out the truth, even if that means infiltrating the Legendborn as one of their initiatives. She recruits Nick, a self-exiled Legendborn with his own grudge against the group, and their reluctant partnership pulls them deeper into the society's secrets and closer to each other. Whatever. But But when the Legendborn reveal themselves as the descendants of King Arthur's knights and explain that a magical war is coming, Bree has to decide how far she'll go for the truth and whether she should use her magic to take down the society, or join the fight. It's like a show I would watch, so I'm very excited to get into this. And I heard nothing but good reviews about it. And also, when I was buying it at the bookstore, the associate was like, yes, I'm so glad you picked it up. And I was just like, okay, period, bet, me too. So I'm really excited to get into, I haven't gotten into all of them, of course, yet, because I have to fit it into my time, and as well, takes me a minute to really get into my books because I usually only have time to read them at night sometimes. So I'm trying to make it a whole reading day or week, possibly, especially going into the summer, just so I can really get into all of it and possibly write a blog. I don't know why I'm talking this whole time and I'm facing this way. I'm so sorry. But that's all my books. Let me stack them up here and show you guys all one last time. These are my books here, and ooh, I'm so glad I picked this up. I'm so glad I was able to show it to you guys, just because having them all be Black authors, having it all be centered around Black women as their main characters too, is just checking off all my boxes. It's sci-fi fiction, so I'm just yes. And yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this week. I actually have 2 other books I wanted to show with this, but I actually just wrote a blog about them, and I believe one of them I actually showed in a past video. But it all ties into Black authors and also Black women as their main characters. But to know more about those books, check out my blog post, Fem the Comics. Fem the Comics focuses on women in comics, and of course I like to always try to focus it even more on women of color, Black women especially, in comic books. So yeah, check out my blog post, it's linked down below. My camera's about to die, so I'm just gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, comment down below any books I should be on the checkout for, and any other books you may check out yourself that I showed in this video. And yeah, thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.